Hello and welcome to my video for my integrated Gizmo unit for EDU 300. And so for the integrated unit, mine was based on second graders, and it had to be with an overall social studies standard. And so the one I chose was from the Ohio Learning Standards, and it was under the economic strand, and it's production and consumption. Most people around the world work in jobs in which they produce specific goods and services. So that was the overall social studies standard that had to be connected to the science, math, and English language arts lesson plans. And so for the English language arts lesson plan, the standard I used for that one was use sentence level context as a clue to the meaning of words and phrases. And so for that, since the social studies standard had to do with jobs around the world, the students have an activity where they use riddles to help figure out what kind of job this person has. And then so they're using the sentence level context to try and figure that out. And while they are learning about different jobs around the world. For the math lesson, the standard used is identify nickels and quarters by name and and finding the value of a collection of quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. And so for that, first they're getting hands-on experience with real money, where they can learn about what they are. They can see they can see the coins themselves, and they will figure out what they cost, like their value, the name, and then once they master that, you convert the classroom into like a mini mall where the students are shopkeepers slash the shoppers, so they can have an idea of like the job of a shopkeeper, but also understand that with a job you can get a certain amount of money, so they all have different amount of money coming in based off the job they draw, and then from there they have maybe a lot more money, less money, and then they have to budget out to see how much they can get. And for the science lesson, the standard used is that um, meeting basic needs of living things, so that one is one has the basic needs which are met by obtaining materials of the physical environment. And so, specifically with our science lesson with this class, we partnered up with an engineering class. And so the engineers were to create, if it could be physical, but ours was actually a digital gizmo that we could use along the lesson. And so we collaborated with them and we figured out we would use a virtual video game kind of, but it was like a quiz. So like it was a map of the United States, and you could like use your cursor to go over like the different states, and then once you did, you could click it and it would give you like a question, specifically like the one in California. It usually talked about this the like production and consumption of them. So it would be like, what kind of energy is most produced in California? And the question would be like, it was nuclear or solar, and solar one, like that's what it uses more. And so with along with that, students would get a state, and with that create a hypothesis to why it is that's like in the case of California, why it is solar. And so their hypothesis could be because there is a lot of sun in California, and then they would go in and try and figure out if they were correct or not. And so that is my Gizmo unit, integrated Gizmo unit. Thank you for watching.